Canucks fans wanting to go to a game this upcoming NHL season should be prepared to pay up. With dynamic pricing in play, ticket prices fluctuate based on how popular the game is. So games versus other popular Canadian teams, famous rivalries, or even games on the weekends are likely to be more expensive. And it's all tied in with the Canucks' competitive performance last season. To learn more about dynamic pricing and how it'll impact sports fans, our Dan Burritt spoke to Moshe Lander, an economics professor from Concordia University, on Monday. Take a look.
Moshe, thanks for joining us. First of all, we know prices jumped for Vancouver Canucks fans heading into last year's playoffs, but as you see it, are prices up around the NHL right now, or do you expect them to go up once seasons begin or get rolling?
Yeah, it's like all other goods and services. Prices continue to rise, especially for teams that had success and unexpected success. That's, of course, going to drive prices higher. We always see that a team gets an unexpected run like Edmonton had this past year, and then they increase prices substantially because you're now not just seeing the Oilers, you're seeing the Western Conference champion Edmonton Oilers. And so it's not very rare that you're going to see prices fall.
And how much does dynamic pricing have to do with this? Is this a new phenomenon that we're experiencing in Canada?
Yeah, its time has come. I've been talking about this in my classes for years, that why do you have to pay the same price for every game? It doesn't make sense. If the Canucks are playing the Flames, you would assume that there's going to be a lot more interest. If you're playing the Kraken, there's going to be a lot more interest. If you're playing, say, some team from Texas, who cares? It's not necessarily Vancouver's natural rival, although they have had some past with Dallas. So the type of thing then that depending on which game it is in the season, how Vancouver's doing to that point, that's always been corrected through the second-hand market. Ticket scalpers kind of know the pulse of what the prices really are. And the Canucks just realize, hey, why don't we take advantage of this ourselves and capitalize, especially when you see premium pricing come into effect.
Now, on the other end, and jumping off what you said partially about scalpers in the other markets, the U.S. Justice Department is looking to break up Ticketmaster and its parent company, Live Nation. If that happens, would it affect prices here in Canada, do you think?
No, because even if you manage to break that up, what you're really breaking up is the service charge, not the actual ticket prices themselves, right? They're still going to find a way to find their natural level through supply and demand. So it's the service charge bit that's going to disappear. But you could very easily imagine then that if Ticketmaster isn't adding on 20, 30, 50% to the price, why wouldn't the Canucks do it themselves and say, hey, if you want to buy the tickets from us and make sure that you have a guaranteed seat where you can actually see where you're going to sit, then we'll charge you that premium ourselves and they'll pocket that money. So somebody's going to find their way to getting that cash if it's not Ticketmaster.
And just to wrap up, and we appreciate your time, when it comes to pricing, dynamic or otherwise, do you expect that Canucks fans and other fans will eventually see, if prices are going up, an increase in the experience, in what's offered, in the drinks, in the concession, that kind of thing?
Well, those prices are going to go up as well. The thing that's interesting for the Canucks is that they have a very small window here where they need to perform because they've had some amount of regular season success that hasn't translated into the postseason. And so if you're going to keep increasing prices on fans, you better keep delivering. If it's not on the ice, then there has to be some off the ice experience that you're having. Because of where that arena is located, it's really hard to have an out of arena experience just because it's under a couple of overpasses and it's not really conducive the way Edmonton tried to build out a space or Toronto's built out a space. So if Vancouver doesn't win something substantially in the next couple of years, they're going to find that they might actually have to start reverse the price increases, or they're going to have to really up their game somewhere else in that arena to make it worthwhile.
Moshe Lander, we appreciate your time and your expertise. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime.